Hey, good morning, everybody. AJ, the CEO here. I need to stop this music. Where is this music playing from? Is it coming from here? Yes, it is. Hold on. All right, audio sounding fine. Again, my apologies, folks. As you can see, like this whole thing is empty. Like I got, hold on, let me get my cable here wrapped up. As you can see, we are bare bone in here. I got my keyboard only because I got to play this next Sunday for the Voices of Praise. So we are bare bones. I got literally, when this live stream is over, I'm probably going to disassemble this desk, take it over to the storage unit. And then the only thing else I got to figure out is how to get my couch from upstairs out of here, because I have to take it over the balcony when we got it here. So I need, like, see if I can recruit 3 people to help me with that. And then I got to find a place to store it because I've already stored up everything. So again, my apologies on the layout here. Yes, Shane and Hannah, yes, I am moving. I have thankfully gotten into a place where able to buy a house. So we're back to what I originally started with. I just came from the house this morning, and they actually have all the appliances in minus the microwave. So I'll give you a picture of what the model looks like. And again, I'm using Prism Live right now because Dual Ministries, I was going to use vMix on this computer too, and I'm using my Osmo, and it was lagging as well too. So I think that's a vMix thing. That's not a OBS thing, because I'm in OBS and Prism Live. But let me show you. This is the model of what the place looks like. This is the second floor. And I actually flipped the image because this is how the model was. Mine is flipped. So coming upstairs like this, then there's the kitchen area. So everything is installed right now except for the microwave there. And what else do I have? That's actually the top floor. So that's going to be one of Ayana's rooms. The other one, well, that's the same room. And then this is the master bedroom. And no, actually, that was the other room that's upstairs. So that's probably going to be my office for right now. That's the master bedroom. And then this is looking in the other direction on where the kitchen is and stuff like that. So they said they're filing for the certificate of occupancy, but they're talking about maybe September 15th for me to be in. So we're going to be living in a hotel or Airbnb or something like that for about 2 or 3 weeks. So I have to physically be out of here by next Friday. So possibly no live stream next Friday. It all depends, but I got to be out of here because I got to turn in the keys and all this other stuff, and their offices are not open on the weekend. So I got to turn everything on Friday because my very last day is the 31st. So, and that's on a Sunday. So that's why we're going to be out of here. Thank you. I mean, we got a lot of work we got to do. I had taken so many pictures of the place that I'm not trying to gut it, but obviously they wouldn't let me get in there to run cabling the way I want to. So it's 4 stories. So my network rack that's over here, I'm gonna disassemble that on Friday and put that into storage. Internet, all the utilities are shut off here on Friday at midnight. So I need to move all that stuff over. But at the house, we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff, relocating and installing all of this Unify stuff, running a 10 gigabit backbone from the 1st floor up to the 4th floor. Do some CSAA ministry in the new house because the 4th floor doesn't have nothing. They didn't do cabling, no coax, no nothing. So we're going to be getting up there and doing a bunch of stuff. But enough of me blabbing. Folks, again, I don't have none of the graphics to do anything like I normally do. But, you know, we try and come here as best as we can to answer your questions. I don't know everything, folks, but we'll do the best that we possibly can, or maybe point you in the community to get your questions answered. If you're not a part of it, go to Facebook, look up Modern Media Ministry Made Easy. Answer the 3 questions you were in, like Flynn. I think we just hit 3,600 people there, doing a lot of stuff there. And Ty, I saw your comment. I'm gonna address something that you said as well too, so I appreciate that. Good morning again to everybody. I do have the setup so I can bring up comments and stuff like that. So let me see if it won't let me pin a message. How? I thought it let me do this in here. It won't let me do that. So, oh well. Just know I can scroll back through your comments, but if you have a question, start it off with a Q. What else am I forgetting? Able to ship out everything to Tara for the giveaway. Again, my apologies for not doing giveaway part 2. I have just been busy with moving. I just don't have time to sit down, all the graphics, all this other stuff that I normally have. I don't have it to do right now. So we are going to do a part 2 on our giveaway. So just be patient with me, folks. So anyway, I think that's about it. Let's go ahead and knock out some questions here. Osaka, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. And is this not letting me scroll back and see all of the comments? Oh no, that was the very first one. Okay. Oh, Victor, my apologies. Victor from Nigeria. I am into church media. In fact, I want to make my brand, so I go to church to help building there for my. Okay, I don't understand what you're saying. If I don't know if that's a question or comment. Creator for Fun would jump up to you. Hey AJ, the Phoenix Pro mic receiver stopped working. Is there a cause for that? Now, when you said it stopped working, is it not powering up at all? Is it not receiving anything? The first thing I would check, because I had a church do the same thing, but their issue was their somebody pressed the button by mistake and it changed the channel so that the mics weren't transmitting to the receiver. I would verify that, but if it's something different, please let me know. Like I said, Doyle Ministries, good morning, sir. I have the OBS bot Tiny 4K. When using it with Restream or StreamYard, it works fine. When using it with vMix, there's a lag. It's connected over USB. Like I said, I was trying to put vMix in my whole shebang of what I normally do on this computer, and I know the computer is fast enough to do that, but it was lagging like crazy when I used my Osmo with this. So I don't think it's you. It's something to do with their stuff. Now, do I have another cable? Yes, I do. I was going to hook up my other Osmo here, and let's see if I can get this on. I haven't used this one in a minute. Unlock. Set as a webcam. So, can we bring in another source? Let's. Okay, it won't let me duplicate this scene. Hold on one second. So let's make a new scene. I am going to add another capture device. Don't y'all just love doing this stuff on the fly? Osmo 1 is my capture device. And gotta get all of a sudden now Prism Live is saying it got all these updates when I updated it before. There we go. So this one is here, but why is it lagging like crazy? Let me see. All right, so let's go back here, and then I cut back over to this. It started just choking out. So I don't know what that is. Now, I did have to go into some different settings here. So if I cut back over here and let's go to hit the Windows key and the letter X, there was some update that Microsoft pushed out yet again, and it reset all this USB stuff. So make sure you go down here into the USB, and I did it this morning after I saw that vMix was acting up on me. I came in here to properties under this universal serial devices, and all of this was checked off again to allow the computer to turn off this device to save power. Uncheck all of that. And again, mine did it again, and it was this morning. And I always tell y'all about it. So I always have mine set. So an update changed that. That's the first thing I would say. Not really sure what's going on and why it's doing that, to be quite honest with you. Because I had that issue this morning and I just didn't get a chance to check it. But if anybody else knows, please let me know. Coach, good morning, everyone. Feeling like a throwback video. Have a great day. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, again, I'm used to having my pedal and again, I built the studio to benefit what I'm doing on here. So to actually go back is good to know I can go back. I kind of am used to my camera being here, my PTZs and all this other stuff. But hopefully with the new space, trying to decide what I'm gonna do. And I don't know if I should show this or not. Like I said, I went in this morning and I did a little tour of my space. Now, where did I put it? Let me show y'all a quick visual of me walking through here. All right, so here we go. Let's make that full screen. So again, this is me this morning walking through the place. So just letting you see how everything is going. That's a new window because one of the windows on the top floor was cracked. So bathroom there, that was damaged. So I was taking pictures to make sure they get all that stuff fixed. This little cubby is where I'm gonna have my server stuff. So on the other side of this are steps. So this is what I have taken pictures for. So we got to open up a hole right here and be aware that we don't get anywhere near the plumbing. But all of this stuff can be routed down the steps in the wall. And I actually snuck in and put a fiber optic cable inside the wall. I don't know if they took it out, but the idea is we're going to have a 10 gigabit fiber connection going to each floor, and it connects to the switch that lives down here. All of the regular wiring that they do is actually in this closet to the right in here. So see, that's where all the regular wiring that they did do. So we're just going to open that up and feed that through, and that's going to plug into my Unify rack. Let you keep seeing what else is going on there. There's a dent right there in the door. So again, I'm documenting everything for me. Only a 1-car garage. And I really need to come in here. Let me go back. The fact that they haven't put this drywall on here yet, the fact they haven't put any drywall here right yet, I want to drill 2 holes in here so I can have my charger and mount it right here. So I really want to do that, but I'm actually too scared to go in there and do it. But I got an idea of where everything is going to go, so that should be fine. Let me actually mute this. So again, like I said, this is going up to the 2nd floor. This is where the kitchen and living room and all this other stuff like that is going to be. So again, they have all the appliances in minus the microwave. And again, the steps over here, everything. It's actually the same refrigerator that is here in this house. So, but anyway, excited about that. Really trying to finally get in a space that I can actually do what I want to at the space. But anyway, we'll be giving y'all a tour when we actually get a chance to get in there. Let's see. Jerry, good morning. Again, my apologies. I didn't say good morning to everybody because I normally have my layout on vMix Social that shows me everybody that's talking there. So Ernesto, good morning to you. Shane and Hannah, hello, good morning. Philip Paul, hello. Victor, hello. Anthony, hello. Parker, hello. Creative for Fun, hello. Doyle Ministries, hello. Coach, good morning, good morning. Jerry, good morning. Paula, good morning. Ty, good morning. Malvin, hello. Scott, good morning, good morning. Bible Way Outreach Fellowship, hello, hello. Raymond, hello. Bruce, hello. Richard, hello. So let's pick up where we left off at. So I'm gonna go back to what Ty was saying. Ty commented on our last roundtable. And again, it sounded like we were talking real bad about some of the older saints. It wasn't on purpose. One of the things, and I want to put this out in the chat and ask y'all about this as well too, and this has been a concern with a ton of churches that I've gone to, even the one I literally just came from yesterday. one of the issues is succession planning. Like, I've seen so many churches that are in the older age group, 65 and older, and because of past decisions that were intentional or non-intentional, a lot of them don't have younger generations. I'm getting ready to turn 47 next month, but younger generations like my age, you talk about 65, 55, 45, 35, 25. The next generation, it's not enough people to backfill a lot of people that are in leadership positions. Now, I came from a church that I just visited, Chicago, a couple of them in that area, where it's not a lot of young people there. And God forbid something happens to any of those folks, there's nobody to backfill. Now, the issue that I have is the churches that are still in that demographic of older people in leadership, but they have multiple generations. The other thing I've seen is they're unwilling to give up their power or to teach and train their replacement. Like, it's like they want to hold on to that thing like for life or death, not realizing that they're sabotaging the ministry going forward. I remember being in music ministry, or forget music ministry, media ministry. What I'm doing here, I'm trying to pour into y'all what I know, because I'm not going to be here forever. I don't want to be 95 doing media ministry. My whole thing is, let me take what I have and teach and share openly and freely to train somebody to know what I do, to catapult them. I want them to stand on my shoulders and go higher from me. I don't want them to have to start all over again, because I wanted to hold my stuff to myself and I don't want to give it to nobody. That was mainly what the conversation was talking about. And it's sad that different denominations, colors, creeds, a lot of ministries are having that issue. And that's what a lot of that talking points were about. So again, Ty, not saying to you, that was like, I just wanted to address that, because that has been an issue in multiple ministries. And hopefully the little stuff we do here is to try and combat that, or try and give some solutions to help y'all with that. Let's see. Paula, what is the best suggestion for a wireless mic for our pastor looking for no more than 250 to 300? Well, I just installed one of these, and I would say the Phoenix Pros are very good with that. Now, I've done 2 sets of those. I've done one where it's just a handheld. That's what I just installed at Liberty Baptist Church the other day. They needed another mic set. So this one, you can come in around like 150, and it's auto scanning, so it can scan different frequencies and stuff like that. You can get one with the 2 handsets. There is another one that actually has a lapel and a hip pack, one of those that you can look at. And again, that's the same mic set that I have here when I have my Behringer. Where is it at? I want to do the auto scanning. So like they have, this is the one. So this is the one that you can have one handheld for the pastor, or one a hip pack for them, and it comes with a lapel and a halo, and that would work very well. And it's auto scanning. That's what I would recommend. And I should be able to put a link to this in the chat here. Let's go. Mic set. All right, I hope that helps you. Let's see. Now, one other thing I've been meaning to do, I have done an update to the MyStream server, that I have a web interface and all this other stuff. Let me see. I can, because I pushed the update to Antioch stuff. So obviously I've already shut mine down and mine is packed up. So let me show you, and I think I did show it on the live stream, but when I get in a better position to redo the video, I will show the update, and I'm going to do a follow-up update on setting this up on your own virtual server as well too, VMware and stuff like that. So let me cut over here. So inside of here, I'm remoted into Antioch stuff. This is their MyStream server. We added a password to get into this, and it gives the interface right here to get into working on changing the icons and making it all personalized. But I mean, that's what we got set up in here. I still have to add the components and get SSL certificates to add the RTMPS version of this. So that way it can go to Facebook. They're not streaming to Facebook, but I will add that in a later update with that. But it worked perfectly fine for the last couple of streams. And like I said, in here, this is where we have to add. So it's able to add it. It just doesn't have the component in the Nginx to support RTMPS. SRT is also available as well too. We need to make that interface for that, but that's what we got going on. Let's see. Next one. Oh, well, like I said, Malvin, hey, I actually use them myself. So I do like the Phoenix Pros. They're very, very good. I get the metal ones because for whatever reason, I used to use the GTD audio, but they were in a plastic casing, which worked very well. But people used the grip and hand strength of God Almighty themselves to tighten that thing, and it kept breaking. So I went with the Phoenix Pros because they're metal. But besides that, I'm enjoying both of them. Also, Melvin wants to know, do I incorporate Dante in any of my setups? I have not had a reason to, because most of the churches I have been moving to, this is their first foray into any of this stuff. So Dante is like speaking German and Polynesian to them. They're not aware of that at all, but I have not at all yet. Bible Way Outreach Fellowship. Where's the best place to get good gospel music to play behind my scenes in OBS? I don't mind paying for the right to use the copyrighted music. Well, it all depends. Like I have used, I believe Fruition Music is one that I've actually used before, Fruition Music Store. And they have different tracks and they give you licenses and all this other stuff like that, performance tracks that you can play and use. And why does their stuff look so weird? So these are just like background singing tracks. You could use this. I'll put a link to this in the chat. Especially if you're looking for gospel stuff. The other person I would look at is Dappy Keys. He's on YouTube. I think he does sell some stuff as well too. Yeah, so he's on Amazon Music, but I think he has links on some stuff as well too. So he does, well, that's his store. But I thought he had like where you can buy some stuff as well too. Bandcamp and his website. If I had more time, I would actually start making tracks as well too. But I've already put enough stuff on my plate that I don't really have the room to do anything else. And actually, I unplugged all my stuff on here. But they do have backing stuff, so you can buy. But if you want actual different songs and things like that, I would check out his page and things like that. So I'll put his Bandcamp link in here as well too. All right. Let's see. Where do we leave off at? Ramon wants to know, is there a way to make PTZ cameras wireless control? Actually, yes, you can. There is a thing, and I never released a video on this because I just didn't like how it came out. And I'm on the wrong, wait a minute. I'm tripping. I'm still remoted into Antioch, and I'm like, how come this isn't working? Hold on, let me close this out and go back over here. So one of the things that I tried to do with this, and this was actually meant for the ATEM back in the day, this was a Ethernet to wireless adapter. So like this is what I got, and this is the exact one that I got. So this would make a wired connection into a wireless one. So I don't know if back in the day, the Xbox, when it didn't have wireless, you can get an adapter. Like, so I'm so used to looking at my camera right here, and I'm not looking at the camera here. But you can connect this, have something plugged in over Ethernet, and then it would link to something that's over Wi-Fi, just like in this image right here. So if you want to make it wireless and you're sending video over the network, you could set this up, have the camera plugged into it. And honestly, I had just packed this up and put this in the last box. I just took the storage, so I still got it. But you would plug this in into your camera, set this up first, set it up first to be on the Wi-Fi, then plug your PTZ camera into that, and you'll be able to control it wirelessly, and you'll be able to send video over that. I wouldn't try and push it, but it would be able to support it. Now, if you're talking about controlling it, I mean, yeah, if you're just trying to wirelessly control it, that would probably be the easiest way to do that. It would still show up on your network if you have a PTZ joystick and all this other stuff, and that would work for you. Todd, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let's see. All right, my stuff is updating on me. Scroll back to where we're at. So Jerry, if you stopped your DaVinci Resolve link, it actually didn't show. By default, they actually block links for people to put it on the comments. Only the person who's running the stream can actually put links. So don't worry about that. All right, Creative Fun saying, it's not powering on at all. I checked the channels and all the connections. The receiver doesn't come on at all. I even checked the outlet. Wow, that's crazy. How long ago have you had it? I would see if you can reach out to them. I've never had that issue. It makes me sit back and think, if it didn't power on at all, did somebody jam the power button in too far and it just dislodged the power button at all? That would be the first thing I would think. Robert, good morning, AJ. I just want to thank you for your advice on last week about using fiber HDMI cables as Cat6 cables. I installed and they work perfectly. What do you think about the OC Ghost Stream? I think OC Ghost Stream is great. I haven't had a chance to review it. I mean, I have done the review. I didn't like the video per se. I might, because I don't have a place to retest everything all over again. Just currently right now, and for like the next maybe month, I won't be in a position to actually really do reviews and stuff like that until I get space to set stuff up, because after next week, everything is going to be going off of my laptop based off of that. But I do like it. I do like it a lot. Again, I'm spoiled by the Blackmagic, but again, if this is your first foray into it, oh, it's very good. It's very good. And the fact that it allows NDI feeds into it as well too, which I really, really like. Richard, sometimes I wonder if is it that they don't want to admit that their time will come for them. I mean, Richard, I have to agree. I really do. I mean, I say this now, 46 going into 47, and I'm getting to the point where, like, I used to dye my beard because it was like, man, I don't like seeing all the white. And it's something I had to just accept. And, you know, my daughter said this to me a while ago, like, Daddy, I don't want you to get older. And I'm like, baby, I don't want to either. But it's like, you know, but that's just the nature of how life is. And again, I think for me, the reason why it doesn't bother me to, oh my gosh, I'm losing what I used to be able to do, is because I've transitioned into being able to pass that on to somebody else. So I'm still doing it. It's just not me doing it. I'm doing it and training other people to be as versed as I was, and hopefully catapult them into doing more. You know, I think that's what it is. But again, if you're sitting back, and I hate being blunt like this, but if you're in a point where you're just selfish and you're only thinking about yourself, you're not trying to pass on your wisdom to anybody else, like somebody passed on wisdom to you, or better yet, hey, be the trendsetter. No one handed it to you. Like, no one taught me media ministry. So I forged ground and established something there so that I tell y'all the same way. Why do I give to y'all? Because I know how it was to get started and no one helped me. So I don't want to repeat that cycle. So I'm going to change the cycle. And that's why I wanted to train people on what I know. If you don't have that mindset, you're going to run out of steam real fast. And I think that's what it is. And it's sad, but sometimes we talked about it a long time ago, like my drill instructor, you're going to get smart or you're going to get strong. And if people have a love affair with smashing their head against a brick wall, let them. I learned a long time ago, and I'm still learning now, you cannot help people that don't want to be helped. You will frustrate yourself. So call it what it is. If a church has to literally have a funeral every other week until the whole generation is gone, and then they're forced to have to learn it, that might just have to be the lesson that they have to go in. Because if you're coming here, I've had churches had people that are 18 wanting to work in a ministry that desperately needs people, but those older people turn them away. You can't do nothing with that. It's like just like the children of Israel, the only way this thing will happen is for some generations to go bye-bye and get out of the way. And then when no one is there, then it makes it a lot easier, unfortunately. But yeah. And yeah, Melvin, succession planning. I mean, it's not just black, white, Hispanic, but it's generations. Every church, if I was to give anybody steps on, hey, I want to start my media ministry, the very first thing that you should do in your media ministry is set a vision. Where are you going? And I said this on our conference. You need to set a vision of where you're going. Don't think about, I don't have the money. Don't think about, I don't have the people. Don't think about, I don't have the skill set. That's not important. Set the vision of where you would like to go. Is if you had everything in place and you had all the resources, all the people, where would you like to be 10 years from now? Set the vision of that. That's step number one. Step number two, set the mission statement of what the ministry is going to be. If you got a mission statement from 1802, it needs to be updated. Updated kind of, I gave the example of how I have mine. You can still get it from the website. The example of my media ministry statement. Set that and set the mindset of what your media ministry is going to be. Step number three, find your replacement and start training them. Those are your first three steps when you get into media ministry. Yes, you want to forge forward, but you need to be pouring into somebody to train them how to replace you. Train your replacement. That was be my first three steps. Tanya, I agree with you. However, some young people are not open to be taught. They think they know everything. See, and that's the issue. It's about meeting of minds. And the thing is, you gotta get at that at the very beginning, because that mindset of you can't tell them anything, when that matures, that becomes what the older generations are doing right now. Meaning that now they can't be told anything when they're young. When they get older, they definitely are now in age and stubbornness, and you're just repeating the cycle. So the idea is you got to meet them where they're at. Everybody does not know everything. Everybody is ignorant, just in different subjects. It's about being open. But again, one other thing, what I would say in media ministry, don't add people into your media ministry just because they got the skill, but they don't have the people skills. You will give yourself a pain trying to deal with people like that. And I guess when it comes to dealing with young folks, you just got to meet them where they're at. Find what their interest is, because if you meet them where their interest is, and if they're really interested, somebody wants to learn more. If they don't want to learn more and they already know everything, there's something else that's behind that. That's either a competitive spirit, that's a dissension spirit, a takeover spirit. It's something like that that's causing that. And we ought to be able to get to that in some way, shape, or form. Ty, thanks for your follow-up on my comment in the roundtable discussion. I get it and I understand. Succession planning is a challenge to many areas of life, except Athletics. Understood. Understood. Oh, I appreciate that as well too. Antonio. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. I jumped. I missed one when I scrolled up. Ramon, what mics would you recommend to capture the congregation? I use the these are the ones that I use. And I've installed at quite a few places, and I'm probably going to get 2 more and replace the ones that I did it where I donated at Antioch for there. These are the Audio Technica AT875R condensers. They work very well. I had that at Signs and Wonders. I did that in New Hope down in North Carolina. And the ones that I put at Antioch, I'm probably going to replace those and put those as the organ mics and then put these because it's not picking up as far as I want. But these are the ones that I've used quite a few times, and I really like those. I will put a link to those in the chat. Crowd mics. Boom. Antonio, hey, I like that Saturday morning flow. Yeah, that was because yesterday I was running audio at Signs and Wonders for the Lieutenant Governor. And let me show you that real quick. So I was over there running audio for them. And they had a flyer, so I had to use some AI to blow that up and fill out all of this around here is all fake. And that's the Lieutenant Governor of Virginia. So they were there with a meeting with the pastors and bishops. And I saw some other people I haven't seen in a minute. Bishop Chase, Bishop Battle, a bunch of people that I haven't talked to in years. So that was good. And, Pastor Taylor, of course, as well, too. Appreciate he reached out to me to actually run the stuff. Bruce, our minister preached about folks that do not want to get older. There's only one way to do this activity. Yeah. Yes, sir. Set a vision. Yeah, you got to. Darren, ideas on a reasonable roaming camera setup. Could I use a standard DSLR? Yes, you could. I have my rolling tripod that I had my my Blackmagic camera on. If you did that, I would put that on there and get one of the Hollyland wireless HDMIs. Then that way you're truly wireless. And then you can just put that on a rolling cart if you really wanted to do that way. Or you can get fancy and have the whole rig, like the small rigs, and it's a handheld one that's still using that wireless HDMI or wireless SDI. That would be a good one. Now those Hollylands come in around like $300 to $500, but it could go with any camera that you pair with it. MA16V3 just arrived. How does building out the engines? How goes it? Oh yeah, I was just showing it. We actually have it built out. Are you still, and RTMPS, I gotta add that part. Are you still using FF MPEG, or have you looked at S-Tunnel? I'm still using FF MPEG for my setup. Anything else, I wanted to do a deeper dive, but I dove as far as I could based on the time that I have. Because like I said, do I have my other, this thing is heating up. So like, you got my swart water right there. Let's see what else we got. Oh, all right. I didn't realize when I added that the audio went out. My bad. Hold on. All right, so you should be able to hear me now. There you go. I got you. I got you. I didn't add the scene when I added this camera in here because normally I do everything through my ATEM, so to tell you how much I'm off. But like I said, in here, all of this stuff is gone. I just got my doctorate robe. I got to pack up my rack and my NASs. I got to move as well too because that's what I'm working off right now. We got Unify camera here, the one in the garage, my PTZ in the garage, got to move. But like we ain't got nothing in here. It's all is empty. We got a few more things to do. So hopefully y'all can still hear me because I had to add that scene back in there. And I said my smart water was in the way. So my bad. I got you. So my bad. I got y'all. All right, so my audio is back, so I got you. Let's see. Saturday. With the Saturday presentation today, I thought that we were going to really start it. No, I actually started early. So I was counting down to the time, but I just started early. That's why. Yeah, because I didn't have the scene on there. So in here, see, my water. So I didn't have the Osmo #1 set to have audio. I didn't link it to that. So that's the reason why the audio went out. It was pulling audio from the camera, but I didn't have the mic turned. Didn't have the mic turned on that one. That's why. Now, other thing, I don't know if y'all saw it. It's been back ordered, and I want to get one, but it's gonna be a minute before I get one because we got to get stationary first. I am looking forward to getting one of the Osmo 360. I really, really, really want to get one of these, but it's been back ordered like crazy. I'm just thinking, how easy would this be for me to actually just set this on a tripod and then 360 on everything doing, so I don't have to keep carrying the stuff. That's what I'm thinking about. But let's see. Henry, good morning, AJ. Enjoying your Chicago church series. Surprised that you didn't have trips to Micro Center for odds and ends. Actually, I went to Micro Center once, and that was to get another switch. And I'm probably going to go back because I need to get another 48 port switch and something else. Well, actually, no, they didn't have the 48 port switch, and I was looking for a wedge for the intercom, so I'm gonna have to order that. But I will be back in Chicago. I don't know if it's gonna be the middle of September or the end of September, but I know I do need to go up there to finish the door stuff, the last door, because I got to change the whole push bar, got to change that out, add the intercom, start doing the security cameras on the outside, finish all the magnetic door locks inside, the other cameras in the narthex, and doing some training because they've been using this stuff and they've been having some issues, mainly because it's just training issues, but we will be back. But I'm glad you enjoyed that. Does the church have an on-site tech assistant? Yeah, I am their on-site tech assistant right now because the guy who was doing that, he's actually retiring and he's moving back to Florida maybe by the end of next month. But I'm kind of like their impromptu tech person right now for everything. Church Media Solutions, what audio mixer would you recommend for streaming system to have better control of the audio coming for church mixer? Now, granted, it's old. I still like the X32, but then you can go with the new wing version of that. The SQ5 is good, or even the SQ6 is just pricey. You can go with that. I mean, it really all depends. I would go with a digital mixer because it gives you way more features that you can use your tablet and all this other stuff like that to go with it. But how many channels are you looking at as well too? That all depends. Um, yeah, I think that's mainly what I got going on. And like I said, I got a couple of videos I need to do, but again, because my space is limited on what I would do, I don't want to be sitting on the carpet like, hey, listen, and I'm holding the camera like, hey, let me do this. Again, I the best recommendation I can tell y'all is when y'all are doing this stuff is you learn where you need to change by doing. That's what we always say, start with what you got. Because if you've never started, you'll never know what you need to do next. Like I know, like Pastor Felicia was asking me, we had set up a studio at her house, her and her husband, and she was like, she wants to get all this other stuff. And I was saying, Pastor Felicia, my best recommendation is start with what you got. Because when I started with what I got with just my webcam, that's the reason why I added all the stuff I did, because by me doing, I saw what I needed and I got what I needed based off of my doing. So like, hey, I got tired of having to hold my camera up or had a weird angle when I was doing top down stuff. That's why I added a camera over top of it. Then I'm like, okay, my space got it limited. So that's when I added another table behind me. And then, oh, I hated having to get up and adjust the cameras all the time. So that's when I moved to PTZs. And you know, everything evolved based off of how I was doing stuff. So never wait, never, don't stop yourself from moving forward because you don't have everything. You're never going to have everything. Because by the time you buy something, you're going to realize there's something else. Stuff is always coming out. Stuff is always changing. So if you wait until you have everything, you're never going to get started. Just get started with what you got, and then that work, and you'll work that way there. What we got? Ty, have you had a chance to look at the new A10 Mini Extreme ISO G2? It has a hefty price tag. Yeah, I remember when they announced it before the tariff price jumped it up, and I was gonna get one, but yeah, like I like it, not enough to get it right now. We got house stuff to do, but then I don't know. I got a couple other churches that we might be looking at upgrading pretty soon, and it's possible, like that for that to be like literally $1,000 over top of no, and even if you go with the ISO, because I have the ISO right now, so you're going with what is the I want to see how the regular one. Yeah, so you're going like a $550 price jump. Yeah, nah. Like for right now, I personally don't see a need for jumping that high in price. That's just me. I don't know. Maybe we get we actually get back to making some serious money from YouTube. And I'm joking when I say seriously, because the most I've ever made was around like $2,200 in a month. It's nowhere close to that now. Possibly. I mean, the fact of using my Mac to have a dedicated input here, having multiple outputs, the 10 gig Ethernet, two of them, and the XLR ends and headphones. I mean, yes, that's cool. It really is, but that's just a jump for me. Yeah. Church Media Solutions, is vMix better than OBS? It all depends. vMix has a lot of stuff built into it that OBS can do, but you need plugins to do. Personally, yes, I do like vMix more than OBS, but I'm using an OBS hybrid right now. I'm using Prism Live right now, just because OBS, the vanilla version of OBS, does not offer chat. Prism Live is actually giving me that, because like that's what I'm looking at right now. So I can see my chat and I'm commenting in here, and I don't have to have a YouTube page opened up to do that. So I do like that. But yes, I am aware that they changed it to where you got to pay for the multi-streaming. But if you do that video that we were talking about with one of the mini PCs, one of these mini PCs, you can build this out with the instructions that we showed, and then there's your multi-streaming, and this is more than powerful enough to handle your multiple streams, as long as you have the upload speed to handle it. So you should be good to go with that. It's 10:50. Trying to think what else we got going on today. Like I said, it's like a lot of the, now I know this is outside of the norm. How many gamers do we got out there? Like I jumped on the Battlefield 6 beta. Oh my gosh. That thing is gonna make me get back into online gaming. Like I was Battlefield 2142, the first Battlefield, all of them, loved them, loved them. 2042 was trash. Now they got it fixed. I'm back into playing that. But Battlefield 6, I might have to put my cash down on that one, because I had so much fun back in that. Oh, anyway, I don't know how many gamers are there. I think that's what I got going on so far. Now, I did do a series. I recorded it. I might edit it, and it's not my bestest of work. Gamer from womb to tomb. You got that right. Oh man, yeah. Broke Citizen, man. Battlefield 6. I'm not buying the Phantom Edition. I'm not paying $100 for the game, but it's like, I mean, it's so much stuff coming up. I already got Gears of War Reloaded for the PlayStation. I just got that. That already just finished uploading. I'm downloading to my system. Then it's Metal Gear Solid Delta I want to get. Then Hell Is Us. That game is sick. The demo was awesome. Then Battlefield. Man, it's so many games like I want to get into, but I really don't have the time. Most of the time I turn my PlayStation on and it just sits on, and I don't really get the time to play it that much. But anyway, that's what we got going on. But I did a video just talking about building out and fixing some stuff. So let me show you what I was actually doing. And if you really, I'm trying to build a case to y'all that I've done a lot of stuff with DaVinci Resolve. And this one series of videos that I'm doing is a case of showing that maybe it's a wise decision for your media ministry to invest that $300 to get the studio version, because the studio version allows so much stuff to be done. Broke Citizen, no, I have not played Star Citizen. Even though this was mainly a gaming system and it could play it, I don't want to get into stuff like that. That's gonna, man, it's gonna hold me hostage. Okay, that's where it came from, because of Star Citizen. Sweet, sweet. So one of the things that I was trying to do is like go back through and fix a lot of Antioch stuff. So I'm helping Rakir with this, and I did a video where I'm building out and fixing their stuff. And I don't want to say fix as in like it's broken. It needs to be improved. That's the best way. I'm probably going to get out here and record a new drone video pretty soon. But the main thing is I was redoing a lot of their stuff on the front page. So as you can see, if I go to their videos, it's just, I mean, if I go to their lives, it's just the same old over and over again. So I've been going through and updating this stuff. So in this series, this is where I've actually been pulling out the services, pulling out the sermons, and using ChatGPT to help me with stuff. So I use DaVinci Resolve. Let me see. Let's open it up. I use DaVinci Resolve to get my subtitles, and then I use ChatGPT to help me with that stuff. And I think I actually got some of it already. So what I was doing is I was taking the subtitles and the transcript from the video that DaVinci Resolve Studio will allow you to extract. So where is it? DaVinci Resolve. Where's my stuff? There it goes. All right. So, and I opened up Antioch stuff. So I was able to extract their service, just the sermon itself. And I think this is a newer one right here. So, and actually I can do it right now because this is a service I did not do. So this is a preacher right here. We started right here and we made a sermon by itself, you know, and I'll come in here, and with studio is the only thing that allows you to do this. You can come into this video here, right click on here, and now you have AI tools, and I want to transcribe this. Give it a second, and it's going to pull and put all of the voices to text inside of this. So I'll do this real quick. And while I'm doing this, let me see. Philip Paul is like, have you come across the speakers that comes in before service and hand in their PowerPoint slides where when we transfer some of the fonts, placing runs out and with one person? Oh, wait a minute. Have you come across with speakers that come in before service and hand in their PowerPoint slides? First off, I wouldn't accept that at all. That's me. And in their PowerPoint slides, we transfer some of the fonts, placing runs out and with one person controlling the media and have things change and need. Okay, so first off, I would say that if anybody is doing stuff like that, you need to set a ground rules. The reason why people keep coming to your stuff last minute is because this is just anybody in general. The reason why people keep bringing you last minute stuff to your media ministry is because you've tolerated it. You need to set standards on what is and what will not happen. So like when I was at Antioch, mine was close of business Wednesday. I don't care who you are, even the pastor. If you do not give it to me by Wednesday, that is not enough time to prepare it properly. So I tell people, look, don't try and come up here on no Saturday or Sunday and submit that stuff to me. I'm like, I can't prepare like that. And I don't want people to be like, oh, AJ's a miracle worker. I got it to him last minute and he was able to produce it. Can I do it? Yeah, I can. But people will get in the habit of knowing that. And I remember somebody told me a long time ago, givers need to set limits because takers don't. You keep giving to people, trying to be a good person and help out people. Takers don't care. They're just going to keep taking from you until you're dry. And then even after you're dry, they'll take more of that as well too. So that's just me. I don't accept any of stuff like that, because if you had enough time, you would then be able to see, oh, the font is off. Let me download the font they used. Let me update this. Let me do this. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, an hour before service is not enough time to do all this stuff that I could have 4 days to do. Let's see. And I think this is going slow because I am using the computer to stream, which is actually doing this. So the GPU is doing this as well too. But we'll come back to that. For a while that's happening, what I would do, because I still have the old one saved up. So I would bring in the transcripts and I said, what's the scripture? And I'll do a reference from all of this. And it pulled out a summation of everything. And then I have it generate the stuff. And I want to do this live so you can actually see, because this was the video that I had talking about it. And that's taking a little bit longer than I normally would. But when that's done, we'll come back to that. What's the best white PTZ cameras for church? Well, it all depends. Honestly, all the PTZs are exactly the same, to be quite honest with you. The PTZs that come in white that work great for me, and it all depends on the distance, is Ada Imaging. SMT-AV does them in white. PTZ Optics does them in white. Priscilla, I don't believe they have those in white. If you want a 4K one, that's BZB Gear. And that reminds me, Priscilla's actually sending me another 4K PTZ. I told them that if they can't get it to me by this week, it would have to wait until I move, since all of my shipping and everything stops from here. I actually already put a hold on all my mail. So really nothing is going to start being delivered to me here anymore after Wednesday. So I do have that other camera coming in. We'll be reviewing that and we'll be giving that away as well too. Let me ask you a couple more questions here because we're in 15 seconds left and this thing is going to be done. All right, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we got our transcript of everything here. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on the little dots to get rid of all the breaks. And then I'm going to extract this. I'll save it to the desktop. All right. So the very first thing I do with that, and this is, again, a selling point that I say for DaVinci Resolve Studio, because that's built in. So let's make a new chat. And I want to say, give me a 1-paragraph YouTube video description for this video transcript. All right. And then I will add that text that we just did. Give it a second. Now I'm just going to give you my workflow of you can use your AI stuff, your church stuff. We're going to do everything, and I might as well just do this as a video. Give it a second. So it's going to give me my paragraph of this. Join us for a powerful Sunday service experience at Antioch Verona, filled with heartfelt, blah, 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 hymns like blessed assurance from scriptures. That's not. No, I want this to be, hold on, let me look at this. Did I select the wrong video for it to transcribe? Because normally the sermon wouldn't have been that long. Oh, I did. I did the entire service. That's why it took so long. I wanted just the sermon itself. So I need to render this out. So let's give this a second to render out. ABC sermon only. I don't want to upload this to YouTube. I just want this because I want to make a summary of just the sermon itself. So we'll be back once that's done. Want to know why did I leave Chicago? Because they only paid for this amount of time and the money got used up for me to stay there. Have you tried Oppo from Google? It's pretty cool. It may take me off. I just was able. No, I haven't looked at that. I have to play around with that. Let me see. Using natural language. Okay, I might have to play around with that. So if I cut over here so y'all can see what we're talking about. Oh, okay. Okay. We're using AI. Somebody else was telling me about that. I do need to build a couple of apps myself. Get back into that. But we'll let that generate here. But I mean, Bishop Daniel, look, I'm telling you, man, like, I'm going to show you my workflow. I'm going to do it as fast as I possibly can on this smaller video because this video won't take that long. It's going to take 2 more minutes to finish rendering out the whole video. But just give you some ideas because the thing, we talked about it in the conference about your network. We need to be able to offer more stuff than just your service. And even if you're just with your service, what else can you do? You can do your closed captioning. You can do multiple languages. You can actually have ChatGPT, and this is what I'm going to do, give highlights, bullet points, timestamps, all this other stuff. You can send a command after it's done the transcript to say, write a blog post. Like if you've gone to my website at all, a lot of the stuff that's on my website, I had ChatGPT make for me. So like I'll come in here and let's go to AJaytheCEO.com. When I go over here to my blog, so the one that goes over this hosting, I went into ChatGPT and I said, please write this and turn this into a Squarespace blog post. And it generated all of this. Instead of me sitting down here and writing all this stuff out, that's what it could do. You know, or let's see, is it done yet? Oh, we got a minute left. Like in this other on-site, I had it do the same thing. I had it write up all of this. It did the formatting, it did everything. All I had to do was put the pictures in. Saves yourself some time. So just imagine, Bishop Daniel, or anybody who's preaching, that you have your service, you put your stuff in whatever program. I use DaVinci Resolve because that's $300 and it gives you all these AI features built in, and you don't have to pay monthly for them. Say you put your video into DaVinci Resolve Studio, it will give you the transcript of everything that you say. Then you can send it over and say, make a weekly refresher questionnaire for anybody who's studying, turn it into a Bible study content, anything like that that would make it keep people in their mindset of what you just preached about. We can get 18 more likes. Hey, well, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, so where are we at? I did the video. I didn't upload it. So now that I got that video, I need to add it here into my queue. So where is it? Where is my video? This is the one we just made right there. All right, so that's sermon only. So I'm gonna right click on this, AI tools, transcribe. So that was a smaller video, so it should go faster. Hey, we can do that. We can do that. You just gotta let me know. And I need to have a place to rest my head. See, that's the other thing. Also, the mattresses I have here, I moved over to memory foam mattresses. So my mattresses here, I'm getting ready to throw away because I just don't have enough space for it. And I can get the memory foam one that's about the size of a pillow. And then when you unwrap it, then it blows up. So I'm gonna get that for Ayana in her room and my room. Alrighty, so this is my workflow. Pastor Daniel or any of our ministers out here. So we got our stuff. We're gonna go ahead and click the dots to get rid of the gaps. Let's upload this, and that's sermon only. So now we're gonna start with what I was trying to do originally. Let me go over here to ChatGPT and let's do this again. We do a new chat. Same message. Give me a 1-paragraph YouTube video description for this video transcript. We will upload that transcript. Boom. Here we go. All right. In this powerful sermon titled Finding Love at the Cross, the message reminds us that no matter what the trials and storms or struggles we face in life, nothing can separate us from the love of God through Christ Jesus. Drawn from Romans 8 and the promises of Scripture, the word encourages us to find hope and strength. All right, so that can be my YouTube description that goes for this video. Now, the other thing I would say is, give me a study guide based off of this sermon for review as a refresher for my website. All right, and it says it's going to build a structured study guide. It'll pull all the scriptures that were used, give main themes, and just imagine you can do an outline of this that you can put on your website for every sermon topic that you got going on with that. You know, then you have your memory verse, all this other stuff. Now, whatever else can we do? Because we want to set our stuff apart from everybody else, right? And I would say, give me a creative image prompt for a YouTube thumbnail based on the scriptures used in this transcript. So it's just going to give me the text of what it's going to use. So it says a wide cinematic digital illustration of a rugged wooden cross standing tall on a hill at dawn, glowing with radiant golden light around the base. Okay, so what I'm going to say is take that whole prompt, create a wide image of, then paste that, let that be created, and then we will come back to see what it makes. All right, so those are just a couple of things that I would do. So actually, let me go into Antioch stuff, and I need to upload that video that we just made. So upload the video. And we're going to use all the stuff we just did that ChatGPT gave us from our video. Sermon only. And I need to go back here as a refresher. And what did it say the sermon title was? We're going to go back here. I'm going to pull all of this information because that's our video description. That's going to go here at the top. Right there. It already started adding some. No, it didn't add that. That tag was already there. All right, Finding Love at the Cross. So that's the title. We're going to take that. I need to put a date on here. We'll put a description, all this other stuff. This was Romans 8. So we'll put that there. I need to put the date and all that other information in here. And we're building this out. We're going to add our thumbnail there. We're going to do just sermons only because we got to build out our store, our page. Don't just put your videos up and it's the Wild Wild West. You know, separate them by playlist. Okay, for people who want to watch the entire service, put that in a playlist, your live streams, but then put timestamps so people can jump to certain parts. Pull out the sermon by itself, so it's just sermons only. Or you can now that we've done sermons only, you can take that link and then do reels of that can be uploaded to any platform that you want. For that, it's like we have to leverage all of the other places that we got. Put an end card so YouTube will suggest the next video for them. Also give you a subscribe button on there automatically. Put that on all your videos. And we'll make that public when it's there, but I'm gonna make it unlisted for right now because we're gonna add all the other information. All right, so let me jump over, see what else people are saying here. When you are doing the sermon extraction, is this a manual work effort? I'm trying to use ChatGPT to help me. Well, the first thing I did is inside of DaVinci Resolve, I've already marked in the video where it is. So this was a sub clip of everything. So inside of what I normally would do is I would pull over the entire service. So like this is the entire service. I bring the entire service over and then I find where the sermon started. Actually, this was the one I already did. I want the full service. Yeah, this is the entire service. So I'd come in here, find where the sermon started. Did I just select the same thing again? Yes, I did. Oh, I see what I did. I already made it short. My bad. So say this is it was the entire clip. I had it highlighted. So here's the entire service. I would scrub through and find right where the sermon started. So it would be right here. I'd cut it right there, find where the sermon ended, say it's right there, and there's my clip by itself. That's nothing but the sermon. Then I'd copy that, make a new timeline, and then I paste that. So now this is just that itself. And this is the only thing I rendered. That's what I based that off of with ChatGPT. And then do a webinar first and make us pay to be in the room. You can then set up a regional tour for small churches. Hey, I'm game. All right. So let's see. What is it made so far? All right. So that's uploading. We'll come back to that. Go back over to my prompt. Nope, that's the wrong one. That's my website. Here it is. Let's see. What is it? I'm not a fan of that. So I would, in this, it's okay. I would probably give something a better description of this. And finding level. Yeah, I don't like that. Let me see. I would make something new here. So let's say create an image prompt for based off of Romans 8:6-16, using warm colors, highlighting love and Christ Jesus. Let's just see. I'm just putting something out there because I don't like that image. Springtrap, hello to you. Man, and it is getting hot down here. I thought it was because of all the computers and stuff I have down here, but it's still super, super warm down here. But anybody have any other questions while we're staying here? Because I know I'm doing a little bit differently. Just tried to veer into some other stuff. Mainly just because the flow went a little bit differently here. But like I said, again, I want to challenge all of y'all who are a part of the conference. Here's your weekly reminder, your accountability check. What are you using and what have you put in place that you learned from the conference? All the videos and stuff like that are still available. You can go to 4meconference.com, and then there's a link on the very front page that you can go and purchase all of the videos, because all the rest of them will be uploaded to followers, made available to members on Patreon and YouTube November 1st or December 1st. I forgot which one I said. And then it'll be uploaded to everybody else January 1st. So you can come in here, buy access to the videos, and then that would give you direct access to all the rest of the stuff where you can purchase it in this 40 blickups to get access to I think there's like 30 videos, 30 sessions, something like that, that would get you access into that. So that's it. All right. Here's another one. Let's see if it will create this. Would you want me to generate this wide images? Please generate this image. Now I am using the paid version of ChatGPT, and it's $20 a month with all the other features that it gives me, and it gives me priority when making images. It's well worth it compared to all the stuff I was paying for. So like I said, folks, while we're going through this, most likely next week, because that's the last day I have to be in here, all of this stuff will be packed up, so I won't have a computer or nothing like this. So most likely, honestly, after this live show, I'm probably going to pack up like at least the sound system, the speakers and monitor on this side. And then I'll leave this until like Wednesday, since I still got to do some work. But then I'm probably going to transition so that I can pack up everything here, because I got a filing cabinet, my 2 nightstands that I got to move over, and just really running out of space in the storage unit. So I want to get all this other stuff here as best as possible. But those are just some concepts and things that we're working on. Again, I appreciate it. And this is just a very, I did make an ending on here. But again, I appreciate it, y'all. So just be on the lookout. Most likely the next 2 weeks, I probably won't do a live stream, because the 29th, that's actually next Friday. That's the last day I'm going to be moving. I have to be out of here and turn the keys in by then. So everything needs to be packed up by the 27th so that I can clean the whole thing, and then turn over the keys. And then that following Friday is my birthday. So I might do something, but I doubt I'll be in a stationary position to do anything on September 5th. So we'll see. I might be walking around and all this other stuff like that, but that's what I have going on. I appreciate all the stuff. Ty saying, I hope you're having help packing and moving. No, I ain't have no help. That's why I said I'm trying to recruit some people to try and help me with the couch. But it's funny. I'm reliable because they know when they can call AJ, AJ's there to help. But who does AJ call when he needs somebody to be reliable that actually answers the phone on time? Very few, sadly. That's why I say I appreciate y'all. I say that. I really do mean that. It's like it's like people that I've barely ever met show me more accountability than some of the people. Ty, this is my response to your comment. Hey, well, thank y'all. And again, it generated this image. Don't like that. That looks like trash. I need to give it some more context to fill that out. But I am going to get me some food, try and pack up some more stuff. Like I said, I'm probably going to disassemble my whole sound and all this other stuff. Hey, broke citizen, like I said, man, I need some folks to help lug a couch and drop it from the second floor to some catching people on the first floor. That's the main thing that I need. And then I'm gonna disassemble the headboard in me and Ayana's room, disassemble her desk, because I'll just get us a new headboard and a desk. I got those from IKEA because that was what was inside the budget. Probably do the fact getting a house now I can actually buy furniture, not some makeshift stuff just to get by. But again, I appreciate it, folks. Don't have the prompts and stuff like I normally do, but I want to thank all my Patreon supporters and YouTube members. And if you like what we do here, folks, consider becoming a patron or a YouTube member by clicking the join button down below for YouTube, or go to patreon.com/AJaytheCEO. Get started as low as $1.50 a month. No matter which way you pick, folks, you are helping us train media ministries all over the world. Just know that you're appreciated, folks. I don't say all this other stuff to say for AJ to have a therapy session. I want to be transparent because I know the stuff when you're dealing with people. I want to be transparent and tell you, just because AJ's at 70,000 subscribers and AJ still deals with knuckleheads in moments where it's frustrating, or moments where I question, should I still be doing this stuff? I do. I want to share that because I know what it's like to feel that way and you don't have nobody to talk to. So that's why I want to be that person. I want to be the person for y'all that I did not have. Because, you find the issue and feel it. And that's what it's about. So I appreciate all the stuff y'all do. If y'all are doing live streams today, I hope it goes well. Tomorrow, hope it goes well for y'all as well too. No roundtable Sunday because we just had one. We're having one on the following week. So that'll be the 30th. I should be able to do that because I have my laptop and stuff like that. So I'll be able to do it from there. But again, folks, appreciate all of y'all. Y'all have a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. And we'll be seeing y'all.